Good evening. Welcome to Healthy Bites by Sarva. This is Chef Sai Chen, Culinary Director of Culinary Local, and welcome back to one of my Thursday sessions. And we're going to do some Mexican fusion recipe today. So we're going to make pearl millet soft tacos. Right? Usually when we say tacos, people assume the crispier one. There are soft tacos as well. So we're going to make soft tacos with the pearl millet, right? So, like I said, since our session is called Healthy Bites, I try to make pretty much all the recipes healthier versions, right? So, let me run you through the ingredients today. We have 1 cup of pearl millet flour. I have used this flour in my previous recipes. You just have to soak it overnight and then dry them and powder it. And then whole wheat flour, atta, and little maida as well, refined flour for that gelatinous, for that gluten, right? And we have vegetables, green capsicum. So most of the vegetables that I'm going to use today are the ones predominantly used in Mexican cuisine, right? Some zucchini, garlic, onions, corn. I had yellow peppers in my kitchen, so I thought I would use them up. And then sliced tomato, julienne of tomato, some beans, boiled beans, red cabbage, cilantro, jalapenos, and olives, and some cumin powder. So when you say Mexican cuisine, especially in India, we use 5 to 6 ingredients very much. That would be, one would be the corn, capsicum, onions, and cumin powder, cilantro. These are the main ingredients that we use in the Indian version of Mexican cuisine, right? So I thought I would use them up and then come up with a great recipe. So while going into the recipe, I thought I would just show you how the dough is made, and then I'll quickly run you through the process of making the soft tortillas. That would be the Mexican version of chapatis that they use, right? So for that you just need a large bowl to mix your dough. You will need some hot water. Some hot water, not exactly hot water, boiling water. Keep it a little warm, just to work the gluten, right? Just a little warm would do. So I'm adding 1 cup of pearl millet flour, and then the atta, whole wheat flour. I just want hot water, warm water, and then I'm adding maida as well. So maida is like 1/4 or 1/5 of the portion, right? We're going to reduce the quantity of maida that is going into the recipe. So I'm using like 1/4 of a cup. So we'll be giving you the printed recipe of this. I mean the typed recipe of this. You can follow us on Sarva Yoga Studios and Chef Sai Chen. We'll be giving you the recipes. You can follow it. And I'm going to add some fat to it. So I use ghee in a lot of my recipes. Yeah, just 1 teaspoon of ghee, just to cut, as a shortening. We call it the shortening, just to cut the flour, and then we just mix it up. Okay. 'Salt to taste, 1 teaspoon. Then some baking powder, just to quicken the process. Since we are using millets, there are recipes that don't call for baking powder also. So since we are going to quicken the process and we are going to use millets, people use maize flour for tortillas. I'm using pearl millet, which is a harder millet, right? So I'm using baking powder to quicken the process, to cook it well, and some olive oil. Just some olive oil. So dough now. Just mix all the ingredients properly. If you feel that the mixture is very floury, so since we are adding fat to it, the dough is expected to be a little flaky, you know. So if it is too flour like this, you can just add a little more olive oil to it. So just to combine the flours and baking powder and salt, right? Just mixing all the ingredients, bringing all them together as a dough, and then we'll be adding some hot water or warm water to it. So now the mixture has started to combine, right? So we'll be adding the dough now, the water to the dough. Just little by little, don't add too much, don't need too much, because you already have the ingredients to combine the dough. It's a semi-soft dough, you know, not very hard, not very soft, like chapati dough if you will. The warm water. If you get ready-made tortillas in a supermarket close to you, close to your house, you can use them as well. So, but usually a lot of fat goes into the ready-made ones. They use vanaspati, they use daldas, hydrogenated fats to it, unwanted ingredients in processed food. So I wanted to avoid it. So you can pretty much manage this if you have wheat flour as well. If you don't have pearl millet flour, you can try this with whole wheat flour like chapati as well. You can try the same recipe with chapati. But again, you can't call it as taco then. You can just have to call it a chapati wrap maybe, right? So what happens is once you mix all the ingredients of this dough, and then you leave it to rest, you know, for 15 to 20 minutes or maybe 30 minutes. What happens is all the flours absorb the water and it becomes a very manageable dough, right? So it won't be too hard or too soft for you to make tortillas, right? The dough is ready now. You can let it rest. Just all the flours and salt and baking powder combined with ghee and olive oil. Since I am using Indian ingredients, I was hoping, you know, ghee would add some good flavor, some nice flavor to the recipe, right? So the dough is ready. I'm just going to make a ball out of it and then let it rest, right? So I have a cloth here which I'll be using it to cover. Now that the dough is resting, just make the mixture that is needed, right? So now I have all the vegetables. If you wish to add tofu to it, you can add it. Stuffing is up to you. You can come up with whatever recipe, whatever your favorite vegetables are. You can feel free to add them to the recipe. It is not a textbook kind of a recipe, so You can pretty much add your choice of vegetables and enjoy it. I'm not adding mushrooms here. If you like mushrooms, you can add mushrooms. If you love sweet potato, you can definitely add sweet potato to it. There are the various versions of stuffing for this. So I'm going to use whatever vegetables I found in my kitchen today. So the pan is getting hot. Using some olive oil. Heating some olive oil. Adding 1 tablespoon of flavored garlic. This is not chopped garlic. Slivers, because when you are cooking them in some oil and then extracting the flavor of garlic and then they turn golden brown, just tastes really good, right? When you bite into the garlic, that is, really turn brown, sauteed in oil. Just sauteing the garlic and making sure it loses its raw flavor. So once it don't turn brown, don't turn really golden brown, because it will be very fast and you will burn it, right? At this stage, just add the onions, the sliced onions. Bring the temperature of oil up. Just sauteing garlic and onions together. After the onions together, sprinkle some salt to make the cooking even. Once you add a little salt to it, what happens is the onions get cooked evenly, right? Just add a pinch, a little pinch, small pinch of salt. Sauteing the onion. The corn, half of corn, quarter cup. We are adding like 6 to 8 vegetables, so a little bit will go a long way. So I have some juliennes of zucchini, and then some pepper, green peppers and yellow pepper. Red cabbage for the color. Also, it adds a bit of a crunchiness to the taco. Right? So once we saute them well, you can add the beans. These are just boiled beans, boiled kidney beans. I'm mashing them with the spatula here. Normally people use refried beans, but not necessarily you don't have to use it in every recipe. So I'm just mashing the kidney beans along with the vegetables here. So once the vegetables are sauteed, we can add the seasoning to it, and then now is the time to add the most famous ingredient of Mexican cuisine, that would be the jalapenos. I'm sure most of you are aware of this particular ingredient. This is just pickled Mexican chili. So what happens is when you add jalapenos, they have this piquant, sour and tangy and spicy kind of taste, which is very unique to Mexican cuisine. And then some cumin powder. Cumin powder again is one ingredient that we use a lot in Mexican cuisine, especially India, and some crushed black pepper, freshly ground crushed black pepper. If you wish to make this a bit more spicier, I mean the jalapenos are the ingredient that's going to bring spiciness to the recipe. But if you wish to make it a bit more spicy, you can add green chilies as well. To make it more interesting, I am adding green olives to it, right? Since we have added olive oil, I thought I would just use green olives and make the recipe a bit more interesting. A good amount of olives are good. So I'm adding a lot of green olives. I love the taste of green olives more than black olives because they're tangy and the taste is much better than the black olives in my opinion. Just some sauteed julienne of vegetables. Julienne is just a fancy name for vegetables that are cut into, matchsticks, right? Just sauteed vegetables. Now I am adding the tomatoes just for some color and body. What happens is when you add tomatoes to it, tomatoes to the recipe, tomatoes bring a very, it's a very moist vegetable, right? And also that red color to the recipe, right? Just sauteing all the vegetables. Then just take all the vegetables on one side and then add the cottage cheese, paneer. If you are a vegan, you want to avoid paneer or any animal-based product or any dairy product, you can avoid. You can replace paneer with tofu or soya chunks maybe. I'm going to add freshly chopped cilantro to it. I use a lot of herbs in my cooking, like I said before, right? Because herbs bring that freshness to the recipe, right? Mash them a little, not too much. Just so they sit on the taco properly, right? Mash them a bit. And then combine all the ingredients. And it looks something like this, a very colorful mixture since it has got red cabbage, onions, capsicum, zucchini, corn, jalapenos, green olives. It's a very colorful mixture as you can see, right? So the stuffing is ready now. We transfer it into a bowl and then we move on to the next part of our recipe, right? So the stuffing goes into a bowl. If you want to Indianize it a bit, you can add some onion tomato masala to it and some coriander powder, whatnot. I mean, cooking, right? It's up to your imagination. You can go crazy with some Indian ingredients and then make it a bit more Indian, right? So now the dough looks something like this. Now all the flours have absorbed the water. The dough becomes more manageable, right? It is not very flaky, it It's not too hard, right? It's manageable, right? You just have to make small balls out of it, and then you roll them like chapatis, right? So just to save some time, my boys have already prepared some rolled tortillas for you guys. We'll just sear them with some olive oil, and then we'll move on to the next part of our recipe, right? Just adding a couple of drops, maybe half teaspoon of olive oil, just to season the pan. Don't need too much of oil either. You just sear them. The pan is really hot. It's good enough for the taco. So now I have some rolled dough, right? And I'm looking at some 5 to 6 inches of diameter. Make sure the pan is hot. The same dough that we have prepared like 15-20 minutes ago. And then small balls made small balls out of it, and then rolled like chapatis or pulkas. Then we're going to sear them, right? Make sure the tacos are cooked properly. Since we have added millet flour in this, it will take a little bit longer than the usual. It is not a maida tortilla, so it will take a little longer than the usual. But we have added baking powder as well, so that would do the job. I mean, how different is this from a chapati? Unless the only difference is you use whole wheat atta there, and then we are using millet flour that is also mixed with some whole wheat flour and some maida for the gluten for the body. Right? It's not very different. A bit more oil. On a medium pan, not a hot pan, medium. Once you have added the dough, you just have to make sure that the tacos are cooked properly. So just searing them. In a supermarket, you get half done tortillas. Again, you're gonna have to sear them or cook them properly before you eat them. I mean, it's the same thing. I prefer homemade food, so you can try this recipe. If you have missed the first part of this recipe, you can just get back to our Instagram accounts, and we'll be posting the recipe, type recipe on Sarva Yoga Studios and Chef Saichan Instagram account. So now that we have added ghee and some olive oil to the dough, it's not going to be very hard, because the ghee acts as the shortening, right? So it's not going to be very hard to tear them. These are soft tacos. If you wish to make hard tacos, you just have to reduce the amount of fat in the recipe and then cook them a little bit longer. If you have an oven like this, you can just hang them over a bowl or something and then put it in the oven. Cook them for like 15 to 20 minutes. It forms a shell of a taco, and then you can stuff it with whatever stuffing you prefer, right? We're gonna make soft tacos today, almost like a tongue twister. So you want that usual golden brown color on top. Make sure that there is no dark spots or uncooked spots in your taco. Right. Usually when you cook a chapati or a pulka on a hot tawa, what happens is you miss a lot of spots and then the dough remains uncooked. You don't want that, right? So this is the kind of color we are looking at. Just a properly cooked taco. Just arranging them on a platter, right? So just apply some. So people usually use sour cream. I'm using some hung yogurt instead of cream. I wanted to use yogurt. It just mixed with some spring onions, the scallions, and some green chili, just to spice it up. I'm just going to smear some hung yogurt, the scallion and chili yogurt, right? And then shred some iceberg lettuce. You just tear them, but since the tacos are small, just shredding them. This iceberg lettuce has been washed and then drained off all the water. Just adding some iceberg lettuce, and then the mixture that we just prepared. So the sauteed vegetable mixtures. Mixture of vegetables, corn, beans, and some jalapenos, some cumin powder. Has all the ingredients that we use in Mexican cuisine. Yeah. Then the interesting part is that I prepared a vegan mayonnaise now. Today I'll be posting the recipe of this vegan mayonnaise on Instagram account of mine and Sarva Yoga Studios. This is entirely plant-based mayonnaise. I made it with flax seeds. I'll be posting the recipe. So it is just flaxseed vegan mayonnaise that is flavored with some fresh mint, right? Fresh mint, and for the color I added some parsley and some coriander. This is your regular onion tomato salsa. So guys, if you avoid ghee and paneer in this particular recipe becomes entirely vegan. So if you are a vegan, this is you can definitely try this recipe by avoiding the yogurt and ghee and some paneer, right? So adding a little bit more for the color sake. I'm going to add some chili and scallion yogurt. Okay, drizzle some olive oil, some lemon juice. I'm just adding, right, crushed pepper. Coriander, some parsley, some coriander and whatnot. If you have alfalfa or any other microgreens, definitely add the microgreens and other herbs. Okay, so look at that. So this is this pearl millet soft tacos I was talking about. You can just serve it as a lunch snack or a high tea. You can have it for breakfast. Why not? It's a very good. I wouldn't suggest having it for dinner because usually millets are avoided for dinner. That it takes a lot longer. Takes a lot of energy, right? So this is the soft taco I am talking about. So guys, if you have enjoyed the recipe, try it and then post it on Instagram. Tag Sarva Yoga Studios, tag Saichen, tag Culinary Local, and then we would love to share this recipe, your version of this recipe with all our followers. And then I'm looking forward to seeing you guys again on Sunday at 11 o'clock in the morning on Sarva Yoga Studio app, the Sarva official Sarva app. And then I'll be coming up with one more healthier version of great recipe. And then this is Chef Saichen, Culinary Director of Culinary Local, signing off.